Alas, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
I saw the end of the world. I could feel all this death.
Therefore shall her plagues come in 1 day, death, and mourning, and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judgeth her.
I saw the end of the world. I could feel all this death.
Shalom. Call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Giving double honors to the men who I learned this truth from, my teachers, beginning with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Barakatham to the hopefully elect. Before I get into this video, I just want to put the disclaimer that I'm not an official member of GMS, not a part of any camps, but I do learn and study under the doctrine of Great Millstone. So just to put that out there, because you got a lot of wolves in sheep clothing. All right. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there first and foremost. But nevertheless, again, wanted to get into this quick video. Yahweh is edifying. Pretty much, I'm just going through Jeremiah the 50th chapter. The verses in the point is really in verse 2, where it talks about Bel is confounded and Merodach being broken. But I'm gonna pretty much go through the whole chapter. Again, Yahweh you're edified. So again, Jeremiah 50, starting at verse 1, it says, "The word of Yahweh spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish, and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces." All right, so pretty much, this is going into the judgment of Babylon, aka America. All right, for all the atrocities that this wicked kingdom has committed against the Bashim Yahushai. All right, because the sins of this wicked nation has reached unto the heavens, piercing through the clouds. All right, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you're just about fed up with this place. America's clock is just about finished. It's just about up. Her time is just about up. All right, so the prophets, all right, it's their jobs to pretty much to warn and let this great whore of America, to let it be known that her time is up. All right, and we continue to speak these things until Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he says no more. All right, from there I'm gonna go to real quick Hosea 6:5, because we're gonna continue to preach these things in the downfall and the destruction of Babylon, aka America, until this place is utterly consumed with fire. All right, Hosea 6:5. It says, Therefore have I hewed them by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth." So you see, because again, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, by the mouth of the prophets, all right, because the prophets, they speak on the behalf of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They're the ambassadors for the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, they're shedding a light in this dark place. All right, this valley of shadow of death. All right, because As it says in Isaiah the 60th chapter, there's a darkness that's covering the earth right now. And again, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, all right, the prophets there, breaking down these strongholds. All right, they're um, revealing all these lies. All right, and this is how Esau, he's being exposed. The truth is being preached throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, and this is how this place is being hewn out. All right, this is how Yahweh Shem Shai, he's strategically breaking this place down. Through His Word, through the Spirit, which again, speaking through the mouths of the prophets. All right, everything is being exposed, brought to the light. All right, and again, part of the things that the prophets do speak, part of that standard that's being lifted up against America is that eventually this place is going to be completely and utterly destroyed. All right. From there, I'm going to go to Isaiah 62 and 6. Yeah, it says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of Yahweh, keep not silence. So again, just touching on the simple fact that the prophets, they're not going to stop prophesying these things and preaching the destruction of Babylon the Great. All right, until Yahweh Shem Shai says no more, we're going to keep teaching these things and keep crying out to Yahweh Shem Shai to destroy this place and to bring this place down, because again, it's by it's by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai through the words of the prophets. All right, all these things are being exposed. They're being brought to the light. All right, Esau's kingdom is being brought down. He's being picked apart, torn down. All right, terror or consuming him on every side. All right, so this is why it's important to get this word out, to teach. All right, and this is why things are speeding up, because this word is getting out there. This truth is getting out there. All right, so going back to Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, I'm going to read verse 2 again. It says, declare ye among the nations, and publish and set up a standard. So this is that standard that's being lifted up, that America, Babylon the Great, all right, her time is running short, and eventually she's going to be brought down to a place of no remembrance. This place is done. It's through. All right. Reading on, it says, publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded. Now that word Bel, it pretty much goes into, let's see what it says here, because this place is see what it says here. Bel, Lord, a chief Babylonian deity. Yeah, because I was just gonna say pretty much, that goes into because America, this is a land of confusion. All right, let me get that real quick. Where it says Babylon, Babal, right? Babal or Babylon, confusion. It says Babal or Babylon, the ancient site and the capital of Babylonia, Martin Hill, situated on the Euphrates. But the point being that this place is it's a landmass of none but confusion. All right, you got people worshiping all type of gods and deities. All right. So again, that word Bel, all right, it's just one of many deities that is worshipped in this place. All right, but again, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's bringing all the spirit of this place is failing, is the point. All right, and as Yahweh Shem Shai is continuing to bring his place down, All right, these devils. All right, they're gonna continue to worship and pray to these different deities and idols. All right, but it's gonna fail them. It's not gonna be of no travail. All right, because again, this place is done. It's through. All right. Um. So it says Bel is confounded. Merodach is broken in pieces. Now, word Merodach, I think it says it here as well. It just goes into rebellion. Yeah, thy rebellion. All right. So again, because again, Esau, Edom. All right, they've been at this long and constant, um, you know, war with Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because uh, those Amalekites, all right, being the chief house of Edom. All right, talks about that in Exodus, the book of Exodus, where Yahweh Shem Yahushai would have war with Amalek from generation to generation. All right, but yeah, you got the this rebellion, all right, against Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know, and again, all the atrocities that this place has committed against Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The Lord has had enough of this place, and He again, he's bringing this place down. All right, and there's nothing that anyone can do to, keep this place afloat or going anymore. This place is done. All right. It says her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. Yeah, because again, like the whole money system, that's one of the deities that um, these devils that they worship. All right, all this stuff is going to be broken down. All this stuff is going to be done away with. It's going to be no more. All right. Reading on in verse 3, it says, "For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, and they shall depart, both man and beast." And that nation of the north is talking about Russia. All right, because Yahweh Shem Shai is putting the spirit on those Russians, which are Edomites as well. But the Lord is putting the spirit on them. And this is why they've been in the news a lot lately. They've been being established as a super world power. All right. Right now as we speak, if I'm not mistaken, the Russia, they hold some of the world's most powerful ICBM missiles. All right, which again, according to prophecy, Russia plays a major role in the destruction of America. All right, because again, you could just look it up. Some of the missiles that they got, like the Satan 1, Satan 2 missiles, right? They have supersonic missiles that can, go through defense systems and, just all type of stuff. But, because again, Yahweh Shem Shai, He's raising them up, and they're going to be a tool, or the main tool, that destroys this place. All right, 200 million missiles to be exact, according to the Book of Revelations, and utterly destroying this land and turning it into a lake of fire. All right, this is what's in store for America. This is what the prophets are, or have been prophesying for decades. That America, is through, and it's going to be a big sacrifice unto Yahweh Shem Shai. The whole landmass of America is going to be completely destroyed, and it's going to be a desert land forever. All right, but let me not jump the gun. Reading on, verse 4, it says, "And in those days, and in that same time, he saith Yahweh, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping, shall go and seek Yahweh their power." Once again, Yeah, you got Israel scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, but mainly here in America, where mostly for the most part, all the tribes are suffering, catching hell here in America, which is why America is known as spiritually is known as Egypt, because the last time we suffered such oppression as a nation, all the tribes were together, was in the land of Egypt, ancient Egypt. All right, and just like in the ancient Egypt, the children of Israel, they cried out to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and the Lord delivered them. All right, and the second go around, all right, just like ancient Egypt, you got the majority of Israelites as a nation collectively here in America, as well as throughout the four corners of the earth, but mainly here in America, they're crying out to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, the kingdom of Israel and the kingdom of Judah. All the 12 tribes are crying out to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai because of the oppression, all the atrocities that this place has done to, the children of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And the Lord is hearing our prayers. He's seeing our afflictions, and very soon, the Lord is going to act on it. Well, He's already acting on it. As again, this place is strategically is being brought down. All right, like I said, the money system. All right, you got other nations. They're doing away with the American dollar. Right now, America is the laughing stock of the world. A lot of countries, it's prophesied that all of the allies of America, they're going to turn on America eventually, as well as Russia, or just like Russia. All these other nations and countries, they're going to shoot their missiles here in America. All right. So again, this is the job of the prophets. This is what they're proclaiming, that standard is being lifted up, that this place is finished. It's through. On America, they can call on their gods and their deities all they want. This place is done. And it's never going to be raised back up. Call Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So reading on verse 5, it says, they shall ask the way of Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come and let us join ourselves to Yahweh in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. And again, we're slowly coming back to our heritage. Coming back to the law, statutes, and ordinances of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, and again, the Lord's seen our afflictions. He's got the elect. They're repenting. They're trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their abilities. And the Lord, He's going to act on these things. The Lord's going to forgive the sins of the elect. They are already forgiven. But I'm reading on verse 8. It says, it's like in verse 7. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against Yahweh, the habitation of justice, even Yahweh, the hope of their fathers. Remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the goats before the flocks. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows, those ICBM missiles, shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. All right, and that great assembly, from the nations of the north country. All right, again, mainly he's talking about Russia, because again, Russia is going to be the major factor in this place being destroyed. But again, as well as all these other countries and nations, all right, they're going to shoot their missiles over here in America as well. You know, a lot of those different nations, they already have their missiles pointed at America. You know, they're ready to get it on. You know, they're ready to utterly destroy this place. All right. Go back to this, and I'm gonna play this. Play this clip. So you see, man, this place is due. This is what's in store for America. Nuclear warfare. All right. Verse 10, it says, "And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh." Yeah, because like I said, you know, America has been this big bad bully for the longest, and you know these nations, they're tired of America's shit. Or you even got Esau, Esau's own people. They're tired of America. They're tired of this place. You got Esau rising up against Esau. All right, so eventually this place is going to become a spoil, a desert wasteland. All right. Reading on to verse 11, it says, "Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls. Your mother shall be sore confounded." And that's going into over there in England, Great Britain, because America, you know, came out of Great Britain. All right. You know, even, you know, Great Britain, because again, you know, the scriptures talk about how pretty much America's, you know, it looks down upon all these other nations, you know, like a you know, like a damn, I forgot how the scriptures worded, but basically, you know, America has its head lifted up against these other nations, you know, pridefully. All right. And again, you know, these other nations, you know, they're even Esau, you know, these Edomite nations, they're getting tired of America. All right. It says, "She that bear you shall be ashamed." And again, you know, America came out of Great Britain, so even Great Britain's, you know, it's gonna looking at America like, you know, who do you think you are? You know, basically, you know, you better learn your place. You know. It says, "Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert, because of the wrath of Yahweh. It shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues." Because again, America is going to become nothing but a wasteland, a big desert, just a landmass of nothingness. But you know, desert creatures and, you know, hours, and just, you know, a land full of unclean beasts. But basically, the point being that this place is never going to be inhabited again. All right. Verse 14, it says, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against Yahweh." Again, those bows, you know, it's going into those ICBM missiles. Verse 15, "Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of Yahweh. Take vengeance upon her as she have done. Do unto her. Cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn everyone to his people, and they shall flee everyone to his own land." All right, and that's what's going on right now as we speak. All right, a lot of people are losing jobs. Businesses are going out of business. All right, there's no work here in America. All right, again, you know, the spirit of this place is just failing. You know, because again, you know, this place is done, man, and this place is too far gone to be healed. Righteously so, you know. The water Yahweh Shemil Shai, this place is through, and it's never gonna be healed. You know. And you know, you got people wanting to pack up and And pretty much, people are trying to leave this place. They're literally trying to physically depart from this place. They're trying to leave, and a lot of those, these nations, those Moabites and Elamites, and all these different nations that came over here, they're packing up shop and they're going back home. All right, even its own citizens, American citizens, they're denouncing their citizenship. All right, and they're getting the hell up out of Dodge, because a lot of people can see that this place is through. A lot of people see and know that this place is done, and a lot of people, they know all hell's about to break loose, and eventually, again, this place is going to be hit with nuclear missiles. All right. So let me just jump on down. Verse 18, it says, "Therefore thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will punish the king of Babylon in his land, as I have punished the king of Assyria." Now, if you know about the king of Assyria, all right, if I'm not mistaken, the king of Assyria, basically the king of Assyria, he was destroyed by his own household, his own house, if I'm not mistaken. I have to fact check that. But again, dealing with America, all right, America's going to be destroyed by other Edomites, which again, mainly those Russians, because again, they're nothing but Edomites. All right, just like the king of Assyria. Because if I'm not mistaken, I really got to fact check that. If I'm not mistaken, the king of Assyria, I believe he got killed by his own seed, his own children, if I'm not mistaken. But again, the point being that he was killed by his own household, his own people, and that's what's going to happen to America. You got, like I said, you got Edomites rising up against Esau, rising up against Esau. And ultimately, Esau is going to destroy Esau, basically. All right. Because people are getting fed up and tired of this place. All right. Verse 19, it says, "And I will bring Israel again to his habitation, and he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan, and his soul shall be satisfied upon Mount Ephraim and Gilead." And basically, he's just saying that Israel's going to be put back in power, a position of power, a high position. All right. I believe that. When it talks about Carmel and Bashan, all right, basically, like a peak of a mountain. So, just like the Lord's gonna pretty much take these devils out of power, and Israel is gonna be put back in power. It's gonna be put back on top. All right, because scriptures talk about how Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. So let me read verse 21. It says, "Go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekod, waste and utterly destroy after them, save Yahweh, and do according to all that I have commanded thee." Real quick, let me see what this word says. If I'm not mistaken, Merathaim, I believe that goes into double rebellion. Yeah. Because, when you go to Revelations, what is that? 18. Revelations 18. Not only has this place been rebellious, it's been double rebellious. Revelations 18 and 4, it says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." Now, just on a side note, all right, because, and I was under this oppression, a lot of Israelites, they talk about this scripture. It goes into how it's talking about a spiritual departure. Spiritually, we got to just disconnect of this place. But from my understanding, all right, through the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, all right, this is actually talking about a physical, the physical departure when the elect are being beamed up, all right, because When it's at the end, it says, "And that ye receive not of her plagues," all right, because the ultimate plague of America is those missiles, all right, and we don't want to be around, when, of course, when those missiles are, touched down here in America. So again, from my understanding, from what I've learned from the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, all right, this is actually talking about the physical departure, the elect being beamed up into those chariots, and bypassing those missiles when they're about to touch here on America. All right. Just a side note, but verse 5, it says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works in the cup which she hath filled, filled to her double." So again, everything that Esau has done, they're gonna get double. All right. 1,000 years of slavery, hardcore slavery for Esau, Edom. All right. So going back to Jeremiah 50, and it talks about that Merathaim. All right. That goes into that to go up against the land of Merathaim, even against it. All right. So basically, America's going to be rewarded double. All the atrocities that this wicked kingdom has done to the children of Israel. All right. This place is going to be utterly destroyed. Verse 22: A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Because this place was once the big bad wolf on the planet. There was a point in time where the world feared America. All right, but in the very near future, this place is going to be brought to nothingness, a desolate wasteland, via those ICBM missiles. All right. Verse 24: I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh. So you see, because like I said, Esau, Edom, they've been at this constant war, this constant battle with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. But Exodus 15:3, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is a man of war. All right, he's the ultimate chess player, and Esau, Edom doesn't even know and understand that. They this whole time they've been in the trick bag of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right. Verse 25, it says, Yahweh hath opened his armory. All right, those missiles. All right, that's a part of the armory of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right. It says, Yahweh hath opened his armory, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of Yahweh, the power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. So you see, because again, Esau, he's been in the trick bag for the longest. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua gave Esau, Edom, the wisdom on creating these nuclear missiles, just so he can be destroyed by the work of his own hands, ultimately. All right. And again, when those nuclear missiles are shot off, man, best believe that the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to be in those missiles, and they're going to hit their intended target. They're not going to malfunction in midair or none of that. They're going to hit wherever it's destined to hit. All right. And once those missiles are shot forth, they're not, they're not coming back. I mean, that's it. All right. Verse 26: Come against her from the utmost border. Open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. All right, and can't stress enough, this place is going to be a complete wasteland, a complete desert. All right. So, verse 28, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of Yahweh our power, the vengeance of his temple. Yeah, because, as one of the many atrocities that Esau Edom has taken against Yahweh Bashim El Shai, the destruction of the temple, of his temple. All right, that's one thing they took pride in destroying the temple of Yahweh Bashim El Shai. All right. Verse 29, call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done, do unto her. For she hath been proud against Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. So, again, once those missiles are shot out of those silos, that's it. All right. They're not coming back. Verse 30, therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith Yahweh. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith Yahweh, the power of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall be devoured all round about him. And that fire, all right, is already been kindled. All right, you got California, it's pretty much on fire. All right, all these protests and riots. All right, let me see if I can find this real quick in Luke, where it talks about, I think it's 17. Let me just look for this real quick. Slovakia. See if I can find this. Well, that's the spirit. Let me read this. In Luke 17 and 29, it says, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Because the scriptures do talk about how, the scriptures do talk about how another one of the spiritual names for America is Sodom. Right? And just like how it rained down fire and brimstone in Sodom and Gomorrah, all right, it's going to be the same thing to take place here in America, but it's going to be those nuclear missiles. All right, but might be in Luke 21. Luke 21. Hopefully it's in here. Let me fire kindled. Let's see if it's. Oh, that was it. Luke 12 and 49. Luke 12 and 49. It says, I am come to send fire on the earth. Those nuclear missiles, right? It says, and what will I if it already be kindled? So the stage is pretty much being set, all right, for World War III, all right, which henceforth that will that will bring forth the second coming of Yahweh Shai, all right, because again, once those nuclear missiles are being shot off, simultaneously you're going to have Yahweh Shai and the innumerable amount of angels show up to destroy this place, because not only are you going to have nuclear missiles destroying this place, you're going to have fire and concentrated fire being sent forth out of those chariots from the angels. All right. So again, just there's no remedy for this place. This place is done to the max. All right. You're gonna have nuclear missiles, and then you're gonna have fire coming from the chariots. All right. So this is that fire that's being kindled, going back to Jeremiah 50. Jeremiah 50 and 32, it says, "And the most proud shall stumble and fall." And again, because out of all these Edomites, all right, America, these are the most prideful Edomites. All right, you just look at Trump, and he's like the epiphany of Esau Edom. All right, this devil is one. He's one prideful devil. All right, if you just look at the way he talks, just look at some of the rallies, just look at how this man speaks, man. All right, this man is prideful to the max. All right, and again, this guy, as well as all these other American Edomites, they look at these other nations, man, like they're nothing. All right, and a lot of those other Edomites and those other nations, man, they despise these American Edomites. They despise America. They despise Trump. Like I said, America is the biggest joke on the earth right now. America's a joke, man. People are looking at this place in disgust. All right, this place is through. All right. The reading on it says, "And none shall raise him up, and I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him." So again, the stage is being set for this place to be destroyed, man. The fire is already kindled, and Yahweh Shemel Shai is coming to knock out he's coming with the final blow. All right. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives helped them fast. They refused to let them go." And again, that's another reason why America is spiritually known as Egypt, because just like in ancient Egypt, all right, you had all the tribes and being oppressed together. All right, and just like ancient Egypt, the Lord lifted up the heart of Pharaoh, allowed Pharaoh to become great and mighty just so he can bring him out. It's the same thing today. All right, Yahweh Shemel Shai allowed this place to become great just so they can knock him out of power, just so that his power could be shown. All right. So jumping on down, verse 40, because I've read that scripture in Luke. It says, "As the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and there in the neighbors cities thereof, save Yahweh, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein." All right. So just like Yahweh Shemel Shai sent that rain of fire, that brimstone down on Sodom and Gomorrah, the same thing's going to take place here in modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, but this time it's going to be nuclear destruction, nuclear missiles falling from heaven, raining down from heaven. All right. Verse 41, it says, "Behold, a people shall come from the north, and a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coasts of the earth." And again, more so talking about those Russians. They're going to be the major player in the destruction of America. All right. Verse 42, "They shall hold the bow in the lance. They are cruel and will not show mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses. Everyone put in array like a man to the battle against thee, O daughter of Babylon." Right? Because ultimately it's going to be the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Because eventually, something's going to happen to where Russia's going to say fuck it, and they're not going to, they're just not going to give a damn. All right, they're not going to spare anyone, man, woman, child, old man, nothing, no one. And ultimately, that's the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. He's going to put on those Russians. All right. I'll read verse 45 and 46. It says, "Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh, that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purposes, that he hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the fleece of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." Talking about little old Israel, all right, because Israel is going to be the cause of it is the cause of all this tumult that's going on over there in the Middle East. All right, little Israel, that little landmass of Israel, those fake Jews, all right, the Amalekites, all right, they're going to be the reason why America is going to get drawn out to war and ultimately destroyed. Ultimately, all right. Verse 46, it says, at the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved, and the cry is heard among the nations. All right, so again, this is the standard that is being lifted up. All right, 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect. They're coming back, waking back up, coming back to the laws, statutes, and ordinances of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And on the other hand, all right, we're letting Esau know that this place is through. All right, this place is done. They're going to be hit with nuclear missiles. Eventually, it's going to be completely and utterly destroyed. So I'm going to go ahead and play that clip again and end it off there. Once again, giving all credit and all acknowledgement to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Double honors to the men who I learned this truth from my teachers, beginning with the apostles and others of great millstone. And until next time, I say shalom.
Alas, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in one hour is my judgment.
I saw the end of the world. I could feel all this death.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, mourning, and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong